guys, I am in a dilemma again. Now this is my Philodendron Melanochrysum. For those of you who have been following me, you might have come across this plant, but didn't look like that. Because I bought this plant sometime at the end of last year, or was it the middle of last year? I cannot remember, but it came with 3 big leaves. But within like a month, all the 3 big leaves turned yellow and it dropped off. Well, I cut them off. And I was left with just this main stem. Well, to be fair, the plant did try to give me leaves, but the leaves could never make it. It would always rot in the cataphyll. One day I was speaking to my friend about this Melanochrysum of mine. I told him that it took me like about 7 months to stabilize the plant, and yet it couldn't give me more than 2 leaves at a time. So I'm just thinking, what is wrong with this plant? Then he said something like, maybe there's not enough root system. So what he suggested was for me to make more roots from somewhere else, somewhere nearer to the leaves. And this is what I did. I air layered the plant. At the new part of the plant where the leaves dropped off, there are root nodes. I cut little cups and I put moss and cocoa chip in them and I kept it moist. And there were 2 parts to the plant because there were 2 plants, so I did it on both parts. Now, I think it is about 2 months, it gave me all these extra leaves. So the air layering must be working. A few days ago, I actually removed the cups to check on the root system that's inside. In hindsight, I should have used a transparent cup so that I can see, but I had no transparent cups that time, so I had to use these paper cups. Anyway, I removed the cups and I checked on the roots, and they were growing really nice roots, which explains why I have so many new leaves now. And I've been fertilizing inside the cups instead of inside the pot, because since the root system in the pot cannot bring it up to the plant, so I thought I might as well feed the plant nearer to its growing nodes, which worked. Thanks to my friend for the idea. So now I have quite a lush plant. Now, my dilemma is, if you can see here, the plant is going to grow taller, right? And the roots are going to get higher. So now these new roots are not touching the moss anymore. So what I have to do is I have to keep on increasing cups if I have to keep on doing it this way, the layering way. And I can't do that. My other choice is basically to cut off the plant from here because there are roots inside here already, and I can actually replant this as a new plant. And cut off here and replant this as another new plant, which I'm also reluctant to do because I really like the way it looks now. It looks like a gnarly plant from the jungle, even though it's been sitting in my balcony, but it's growing like in its natural form, and I really like it like that. So my other option, apart from cutting it, is to make a moss pole or a moss panel. But I can actually foresee some problems here because I have one plant growing like this straight up and I have one plant curving out like that. So now, how in the world can I mount the moss pole to give this 2 root system a place to hang on? My goodness, I just realized that I actually have 2 plants here coming out from this stem. Wow, I didn't even notice this until just now, actually. So if you can see, there is one spike coming out from here. That's a new growing spike, right? And there is one here. No wonder I didn't notice this because this is small. But yes, I'm quite sure there are two plants coming out from this stem. So now on this plant, I have three plants. So I have one here, and this one has split into two and three, which means my moss panel have to accommodate three root systems. Wow, what a pleasant surprise. I am a happy girl. Okay. I really need to design a very nice moss panel for this plant now. Now that it's given me another baby. You know what? I discovered something else. Look at this. Isn't that a new node? But it's coming out from the old stem, so I actually don't know how viable this is, unless of course if I guess if I cut it off here, right, this one will probably pop out a new plant for me. But as it is, I'm not, so I think the plant is still trying to grow what's up here instead of spending energy to give me something new. But wow, there is another chance of another plant coming out from here. How come I never noticed all this until today? Woo! Okay guys, I'm going to open the cup. I hope the roots look the same as it did a couple of days ago. Actually it improved. Look at that. Quite nice roots, aren't they? Let me bring you closer. And then there's some here. So I'm not going to pull the moss off because I might pull some nice root off. I'm just going to leave it like that. Can't see much of the root system on this one, but this one is nice. So I've decided on this round pole, which I simply put together. If you want to see how I put a moss pole together, there is a few videos back on DIY moss pole. Only this one, I didn't have that PVC piping inside. So I just found a bit of this is a story on its own. I just found a bit of bamboo, which came from the lemang I ate over Hari Raya. So I chopped up the bamboo and I just stuck one inside here so that it's easier to go into the substrate, because I'm not going to pull this whole plant out. I'm just going to try and stuff this pole into what is already in there. Okay, so now I'm going to try and stuff some of these roots gently into the moss pole so that it continues to grow inside. Just get a cord and tie this to the moss pole for the moment. So hopefully some of the new roots will grow into the moss pole as well. Gonna just help it attach slightly. I'm just going to put something like this to hold the moss in, and so hopefully I can remove this soon as the roots latches onto the moss pole. Now this one will be more of a problem because of the distance between the moss pole and the root system. So I got to find a way to bring all these roots here. Some of it actually has stuck onto the stem. I'll just try and latch all these. Okay, now at least I have two of those roots pushed into the pole. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these. These are on the outer side. Okay, so after some thinking, I think I'm going to create a basket here. I can actually slowly ease the plant closer to the moss pole. So if you can see, I've created like a basket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this basket up with some cocoa chips so that it's got its own kind of rooting space here. So I think this is the best I can do for now. So the top is attached to the moss pole, and I hope it's going to grow up. And then the bottom one, it's got its own individual basket of cocoa chips while planted in the soil. So guys, this is it. The moss pole is quite tall. Hopefully it will be able to grow for some time. And here's the little basket that I made for the second plant. So all the roots are sitting inside this basket comfortably, while the other one is attached to the moss pole. So, okay, hopefully this is going to work. At some point in time, I probably have to cut this off, like make it into a new plant on its own. But for now, I think this is the best I can give it to keep its original form, which I like very much, the gnarly original form. And hopefully you'll be happy growing here for maybe another year. I will update you guys on this one maybe in a few months' time, see how much it's grown or whether it's adapted to its new moss pole and such. But thanks for watching today. Please subscribe if you haven't, and please give me a like if you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. Bye.